Yo, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you all of the best money methods that you should all be doing this week to make yourself millions and millions of dollars in GTA 5 Online. Now in total, I'm gonna show you 4 different money methods all in this one video that can make you lots and lots of money. So if you do go on to enjoy, make sure you do me a favor and drop a like on the video. And if this is your first time watching my YouTube channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on another future GTA video just like this one. But without further ado, let's get into the first money method. Alright, now the first money method we're going to be doing is going to be involving the Acid Lab, because this week in GTA 5 Online, all Acid Lab sell missions are paying 1.5 times more money in RP, and we're going to be taking full advantage of that right now. Now what I want you to do first for this money method, of course, is call out your Acid Lab, and once you call out your Acid Lab, what I need you to do next is simply enter inside of it. Once inside, we of course need to make sure that we have supplies for our product to actually go up inside of our Acid Lab, and as you can see right now, I have almost no type of supplies, but luckily this week in GTA 5, if you do the resupply missions inside the Acid Lab, you're going to be getting double the amount of supplies, and all you have to do this is simply go inside your Acid Lab, come to this part of your Acid Lab, go right up to it and click right D-pad to source the supplies. You're now going to be in a resupply mission getting supplies for your Acid Lab, and don't worry because a lot of these resupply missions for the Acid Lab are actually very easy to do. You can see for this one that I'm doing right now, all I had to do was go drive over to a crash site. Once I went over to the crash site, I then had to put on this hazmat suit, go through this acid, pick up the actual supplies, and then all I had to do was get on my oppressor and then literally drive it back over to my Acid Lab. It was literally that simple and easy to do. And like I said, for doing resupply missions this week, you get double the amount of supplies. So when you enter inside your Acid Lab, you'll notice instead of getting 1 or 2 bars, you're going to be getting 4 bars completely full of supplies inside the Acid Lab. Now once you have an almost full set of supplies, you now need to basically wait for your product to go all the way up, and a real good way for your product to go all the way up really fast is first of all by making sure that your Acid Lab has the equipment upgrade option on the actual Acid Lab itself. And another way to make it go faster is by coming inside the Acid Lab, coming up to this part of your Acid Lab where it says you can boost the Acid Lab production, and then just clicking right D-pad to boost the acid production. And as you can see, you're basically just going to be put in like a 5 or 10 second little cutscene where your character is messing with the supplies for a little bit, and after that your Acid Lab production is going to be boosted. Now, if you're like me and you boosted the Acid Lab production just like I did right now, and you have the equipment upgrade on your Acid Lab, it's only going to take 1.5 hours for your product to go all the way completely full in your Acid Lab, which of course you only need to really get supplies for 2 times really, because you get it full once, and then once it goes all the way down, you fill it up 1 more time, and then by that time your product should be all the way full. Anyway, yeah, you just want to wait that 1.5 hours until your product is all the way full, and once your product is all the way full, you are then ready to sell it. Alright, you can see right here my product is 100% full. Now if you want to make $502,000, which is how much the product is worth, you can just sell it in an invite only session. But if you want to make $750,000 for the same amount of product, you want to make sure you sell it in a public session with over 20 people in it. That's what's going to give you the extra $250,000 bonus for selling. Anyway, whichever way you want to choose, what you need to do is enter inside your Acid Lab, go up to your product inside of here, and then click right D-pad to sell the acid. As you can see, I'm selling it in a public session with over 20 people in it, because I'm gonna definitely get that bonus, because it's not that hard to get the bonus in my opinion. As you can see, for the sell mission that I'm doing right now, all I had to do was get 3 individual bikes and deliver it to 3 different locations, and it was literally that simple and easy to do. Keep in mind there were over 27 people in this session, and not one of those people came and attacked me, which was pretty cool in my opinion. I did have 2 friends who were backing me up, but they didn't have to defend me whatsoever, because like I said, nobody came up to me and attacked me. Anyways, you can see right here, I'm making my very last delivery, and once I delivered my last motorcycle, what it then told me to do was leave the area. So then I called out my Sparrow and left the area, and here's how much money I got paid for selling a full set of supplies of my Acid Lab in a public session with over 20 people in it. As you can see, $754,000, which is $254,000 more than the original amount that it told me I was gonna get. And like I said, the only reason I got that is because I sold in a public session with over 20 people in it. Anyway, make sure you do this money method this week and take advantage of the Acid Lab. Alright, but now getting into the next money method, I'm now going to show you how to make $100,000 in only 2 minutes. What you need to do for this is simply come over to this exact location where this week's regular time trial is located at. Once you come over here, make sure you bring your fastest motorcycle and bring it on top of the parking structure, because that is where the time trial is located at. Once you bring it on top of here, now come on top of the time trial and then click right D-pad, but simply stay still. Now open up your pause menu and then come all the way up here to where the checkpoint is at and mark it. That way you have a waypoint to get there. Now drop your pause menu, open up your phone, click in the middle where it says job list, and then quit out of the time trial. Once you quit out of it, next thing you need to do is put yourself on the very edge of the time trial like this, and whenever you're ready, click right D-pad to start it. It's very important to make sure that when you go off the ramp that you land kind of sideways like how I just did right there on your motorcycle, that way you don't fall off when you land. And once you land, it's literally as simple as following the waypoint all the way through, all the way till you get to the checkpoint. Make sure when you make your way to the checkpoint you don't slow down whatsoever. You just want to run straight through it because you literally have no time. As long as you beat it though, here's how much money you get paid: $102,000, which is very good if you ask me, for only 2 minutes of simply driving to a destination. Alright, but now getting into the next money method, this is one that anybody can do, and it's also going to make you a pretty good amount of money while also having a good time. If you want to do this, what you need to do is simply open up your pause menu and then go over here to where it says online, then go to jobs, play job, Rockstar created, adversary mode, and then look for the adversary modes called deadline. As you can see, every single deadline adversary mode this week is going to be paying double money and double RP, and we're going to be taking full advantage of that in this video right now. So what I want you to do is start up any one of those deadlines up, and as far as the settings go for the game mode, make sure you put the first to win set to 3 rounds. Once you set that to 3 rounds, now come down to round duration, set that to 15 minutes, then come down to team lives. Make sure the team lives is set to 10 lives, which is the complete maximum of lives you can set it to, and then come down to game type and you can set it to last alive or deathmatch. It is literally completely up to you. Either way, it doesn't make a difference. Anyway, once you get some people in the adversary mode with you and you have started it up, now let's go over how this game mode works, because it's pretty simple to understand, and trust me, if you've never played it, you're gonna have a blast once you get the hang of it. So this game mode is pretty simple. It is literally a free-for-all with 4 different people, but this isn't a normal free-for-all. This free-for-all is on deadline bikes, and as you can see behind your bike, there's always going to be a line that's constantly showing that is the color of your team. Now that line can actually take out any person on any other team as long as that person runs into your line. So you can use any type of technique that you have or any type of idea that you have that can make the other people run into your line, and the more kills you have, the more money and RP you guys will end up making. And like I showed when I was setting up the game mode, if you set it to deathmatch, it's going to be the first person to get 10 kills who wins, and if you set it to last alive, it's going to be the last person alive who wins. And luckily, it doesn't matter which way you have it set up, you're still going to be making the same amount of money either way as long as you won the round. And here's how much money you get every time you win a round. As you can see, first place gets around $30,000, second place $14,000, third place $10,000, and fourth, which is last place, gets $6,000. Of course, you're going to want to try to make sure that you come in first place as many times as you can, but here's how much money you get paid at the very end of the entire game mode, assuming that you won the entire thing. Here's how much money you get paid: $87,000, and take a look at the RP, 5,700 RP. Keep in mind, I was only in this adversary mode for maybe 20 minutes, probably less than that. So around 20 minutes can make you anywhere from $80,000 to $120,000 at the most with this game mode. And if you ask me, that's a pretty good amount of money to make while having a good time. So make sure you do this money method this week if you want to make some money. It is now time to get into the very last money method though, which I'm now going to show you how to make $250,000 in only 2 minutes. What you need to do for this is simply make your way to this exact location where I'm at on the map, where this week's HSW time trial is located at. Once you come over here, call out your fastest HSW vehicle and then bring it on top of the time trial. Now click right D-pad and simply stay still, but open up your pause menu, then go all the way up here to where the checkpoint is at and mark it. Once you've marked it, now drop your pause menu, open up your phone, click in the middle where it says job list, and then quit out of the time trial. Once you quit out of the time trial, now what you need to do is put yourself on the very edge like this, and whenever you're ready, go ahead and click right D-pad to start up this week's HSW time trial. Now luckily, this week's HSW time trial is very simple. Just make sure when you're going down that long highway that you're very careful for incoming traffic. As long as you're careful for incoming traffic and you make it all the way to the end, here's how much money you get when you beat it. As you can see, $251,000 for only 1 minute and 31 seconds of driving to a destination. Make sure you do it this week. Anyway, like I said, that's going to be the very last money method of today's video. I hope you all did go on to enjoy. Those are going to be all of the best money methods that you could all be doing this week in GTA 5 and taking advantage of to make yourself millions and millions of dollars in game. Of course, if you did go on to enjoy and you haven't already, make sure you do me a favor and drop a like and also hit that subscribe button. But that's it for me, and I will see you all in my next video. Peace.